Alright, well, it'll be bedtime soon for me. It's 9:25 p.m. Saturday, March 14th of 2026. So I guess last night was the official first night of starting this internet challenge type of thing. I don't really know if I have like a strict plan for every single day that's gonna look like the same every day. But because I usually do something along those lines anyways, on Friday nights I decided just to, do kind of my usual, but maybe less online. So, I was online, but I wasn't just like doom scrolling or binge watching a bunch of stuff. I just watched a bunch of shorts right now. This morning I woke up, knew I needed to work out. There was construction late last night. I did a lot of stuff last night, but I did mostly study related stuff for the types of like ancient writings and types of stuff that I like to study, like lectures about that stuff and just readings of it, just online. So I was listening to lectures, listening to readings basically, but till 1:30 in the morning because there was construction till about 11 p.m. and then I was so agitated by it I couldn't even sleep till like 1:30 a.m. And then I was woken up around 5 or so in the morning by more construction. So I was grumpy, moody, but I was like, I do need to work out. And I wanted to really go to the gym or beach or something. But I was like, well, if I can't do that, I can have a lengthy workout at home. So I went back to my morning workouts because I have been trying to do them in the evenings. And it just doesn't work. The caffeine in the evenings isn't a good idea. Or the late afternoon isn't a good idea at all. And then, I was trying to like start my mornings last week pretty much like doing work related stuff at like 5 or so in the morning, and 5:30 maybe. And then I just realized, I was like, this isn't working for me. My workouts are weak. I'm skipping them because it gets so hot. We've had this, I don't know if it's a heat wave or if it's just summer now. It's been summer since February, it looks like. But, yeah, we're having fewer and fewer cooled down days. So I've kind of just tried to adjust my workouts, tried to see if I could optimize my schedule after this class ended February 27th. And last week was probably just a week filled with the worst ideas ever for my energy, and at least I gave it a week. But I realized a lot of things that don't work for me, and some of the internet stuff was one of them, because I was like, well, if I'm not working out in the mornings and I was kind of stretching, but it wasn't like a workout like my normal workouts, because I was like, I'll stretch and then I'll do my workout later. And then the later was either like not a good workout, or it was too hot for me to comfortably do it, and I was feeling just like lazy and unmotivated and missing my classmates and bored and not wanting to spend a lot of money at the same time. Didn't really have like a real direction with things, and just doing job applications and random work is not fun to just be sitting home doing that all day. The week before I had projects going, so it was good. I started my portfolio projects the week before that, and it looks like, I picked them up today, so it looks like the last one I worked on was about 10 days ago. Not counting the uploads. I think I did some uploads after the fact. But the last actual like hardware physical work that I did was 10. No, shoot, I can't count. Yeah, 10 days ago. No, it was on the 4th, March 4th. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna record these every single day. Or if I'll just connect multiple days into one episode. That might be nice if I can keep them short. But keeping things short is not really a strong point of mine. But I pretty much wrote down when I was deciding what to do last night. I was like, well, when sunset hits 6:59 p.m., I'm gonna start this plan, like doing the plan with the internet challenge. Now, I don't know if there's a challenge out there called the internet challenge, but this is my own internet challenge. But I didn't go through and do the SMART goal thing. Right now, I'm just trying to see kind of where I'm at with things, and I kind of wrote the things that were gonna be okay for me to like engage with. So I put categories like studying, podcast stuff, or journaling. That's all I could really think of on Friday. I wasn't even thinking about what I'd actually get into today. But that's what I wrote down, was that those were the only things I'd be allowed to kind of do if I was going to be like online. So as far as media related things, and these are a little mixed up, but as far as media related things, as far as Friday, Saturday, I put that I could do recording, just basically creative stuff, recording or typing if it was like journaling, podcasting, that kind of stuff, watching certain types of video content. There's like a very specific type only for that time period, and then I wrote down the specific videos. I started the night watching this movie, Ocean of Pearls, on Dailymotion. It was in like 5 parts. I've seen it before, but basically it's a movie about the Sikh man who becomes a doctor, but you know, his father and mother are really religious, and he's raised religious, and then he moves and you know, has the challenges of living in an area where they don't really understand his culture, and so he's feeling pressure to kind of adapt his own beliefs and his own traditions to what would help him maybe get ahead at work, or help him be more recognized at work and experience less discrimination, less kind of being pushed aside, be able to be kind of more in the forefront, because, you know, he wears a turban and things like that. So, you know, I don't know what year the movie was made or what time frame, but it seems like it was like after September 11th sometime, just because of how tight the security seemed at the airport. Because I don't know. I didn't travel way too much before then. But I don't remember. Like, I remember you could go up to the gate, and I don't really remember security being like that. Like, you didn't have to take off your shoes, to my knowledge. Like, I don't really remember what security used to be. But I remember we used to easily get to the airport and just walk up to the gate, or you could park. I don't know if you could park and leave your car and go in at the curbside, but you could park curbside and wait for people who had just gotten off their plane and just wait for them to kind of walk all the way from the gate all the way to your car. At LAX, at least, you're not allowed to do that anymore. So, yeah. So anyways, it was sometime after security got strict. Certain articles or books that I could either listen to or watch, or social related things that I could do. I put a limit on the texting and Instagram. There were some people that I was like, okay, Saturday sundown, I'm gonna like text these people back. I did text some people, but it was kind of just like, it was like one or two people I texted. I texted my mom about lunch. I texted a friend about some playlist I was listening to. I spent a lot of time doing like listening to music, dancing, exercise for over like 3.5 hours of that, and like 44 minutes of stretching. So I got a lot of physical, and I'm actually a little sore, and it's been a while since I've been a little sore from exercising. So that worked out well. I basically did that. That was pretty much my morning, from after breakfast until lunch, pretty much. I had lunch closer to like 2 p.m., I guess. And then I basically worked on some laptop repairs for about an hour. Did some portfolio recordings for that. I didn't finish what I was doing, just did it till I didn't want to do it anymore, basically. And then I worked on these leather bracelets. Did some live streaming of that, because I kind of do like a little crafting live stream when I do it. I hadn't sat down to do that for 10 months. I think I started doing it in February of 2025 when the weather was really bad. And I remember it was raining, and I was like, it just keeps raining, so I'm just gonna buy some craft stuff to do indoors. And so I just did that, and then didn't really pick it up too often after that. I like to live stream it though, because then I don't have to go back and like upload things or charge my phones, or like, take those extra energy using steps. And I don't really care. I'm not like talking most of the time anyways. I'm just working on it, and so it's kind of just relaxing, and it's a little more accountability to kind of like finish it, but yeah, the creative gears got turning, and I was kind of like, well, maybe I'll have some time to write some music today, or something. But I liked the way my day went. There was some podcasting with the workouts I do podcasting about. Did some writing of my dreams. I wrote a list on the right-hand margin about stuff that I kind of did. So I did read through my text previews. I didn't read the whole text, but I did check the messages to make sure like there was nothing popping out at the beginning that was like urgent. Because I do tend to respond right away, but lately I've been kind of responding maybe once and then waiting till maybe like the next day. I went on Facebook to check some stuff. I wanted to know if my nephews sorry, it's street racing time. Wanted to know if my nephews recital was gonna be today, because I wasn't sure. For some reason I had it in mind that it was like gonna be in March. Maybe that was last year. And then I put that I spent 11 minutes texting. I also checked Facebook to see if there was a message. I checked some text too to see if there were messages about the nephew's event, and texted the mom just to make sure I wasn't gonna miss it. And it turns out it's not till April, so we're good. I watched Peter Santinello. He does these like chill travel videos. I watched him during lunch. And then again, finished the video during dinner. And otherwise just chilled, honestly. Did some laundry, took a shower, had a smoothie. But yeah, it's like night and day. I was feeling so crappy this morning. Also from the sleep deprivation, but was having some bad dreams, or not the most pleasant of dreams. One of them was good, the other one was not. And then but otherwise, after breakfast, and then definitely once I started working out and got pretty much offline. Like, I was online because I had earbuds in, but I wasn't like scrolling other than on Spotify. And then I texted one of my friends the playlist, but other than that, I wasn't really on there too much. And I really enjoyed last night and then early this morning when I was trying to go back to sleep from not having slept enough because of the construction and being up late. I tried to I was listening to more of those like books or lectures. I don't remember which one, if it was the books or the lectures. I think maybe the lectures, or maybe the book. I can't remember. I don't know. But I enjoyed it. I had an enjoyable time with it all. I don't know if I'll repeat it all like that tomorrow. I might switch up some things. I don't know what I'm gonna switch up, what I won't switch up. But yeah, it was enjoyable. Then I kind of like took some melatonin around 9 p.m. and I feel pretty relaxed. Honestly, I feel like I'm about to fall asleep. It's almost 9:45 p.m. The street racers are gonna wake me up here and there, but other than that, I'm about to put the lights out. Got some prayers going up for a close friend of mine for their situation in the military. It's hoping it all smooths out, that they can come home ASAP, because I know they want to come home and they were expecting to be home soon. Then they got extended, and that's not really what they wanted. So yeah, they're gonna have to, they won't know till like Wednesday, but they might not be able to tell me till next weekend. But I don't know, I had a good day. It was probably the first pleasant day in a while where I was just like enjoying what I was doing. No pressure. Like, once I got offline mostly and started doing my other stuff, it was fun. But I wouldn't say I wasn't online necessarily. Like, I was online. Like, the stuff I was listening to was on YouTube. I was live streaming on YouTube. I'm podcasting on here. During lunch, I was watching Peter Santinello on YouTube. I watched that movie online, I've texted people. Like, I've been online. I've been connected to my phone and stuff, but I wasn't, like, glued to it, like, with my face to it, really. It was more, like, passive in the background, learning, listening. What I did listen to, I got a lot of value from, and I'm gonna try to keep these near 20 minutes. Maybe I'll try. But I don't know. There was a lot of value to a lot of things I was listening to. There were a lot of like interesting philosophical kinds of ideas to think about, and cultural teachings that I was like, some of this I don't really resonate with, and then some of it I was like, that's really cool. So I can kind of take it or leave it. It's not really something that I feel a pull to like follow every single detail, but it was definitely more beneficial than watching Caleb Hammer or, watching random movies. So, alright, I'm gonna keep it at that. That's the first day. Let's see if I'm even doing 30 days. I don't even know what I'm doing. We'll see.